All right, everybody, welcome in. We are live, Chicago Bears now. It's past midnight on the East Coast, almost midnight in Central Time Zone, especially for those of you in the Chicago area. Welcome in. What a day. I debated going live, and I said, you know what, this is just too big of a story not to cover, especially considering the Bears at least had some interest, I believe, in trading for Maxx Crosby. It seems to be unclear how much they were interested in trading for him. Well, will they be interested again? Because now he is still available, it would appear, as the Baltimore Ravens back out of the trade, citing a failed physical. There is some new medical information that I want to pass along to you guys coming up here in a little bit. We will take your questions. Of course, if you super chat, we'll get those on the show, and we'll see how long we hang out. I do work tomorrow, so I do take my son to daycare, so can't be up forever, but we'll try to chop it up for a little while with all of you. Shout out to the 306 people watching live. If you want to drop that like button, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Little late night stream, second live show of the day, this time from my house, so let's ride. Okay, we'll get to some super chats here in a little bit. We'll try to work in some hashtag Bears questions as well. What a situation, man. Cliff notes. Raiders put out a statement saying the Ravens bailed on the trade. And then we heard a lot of insiders, a lot of reporting around the league, people within the league not happy at the Ravens for doing this. Considering it was pretty well documented. You know, Maxx Crosby had a surgery, a meniscus repair that he wouldn't be ready until potentially around training camp. And they think that the Ravens pulled the rug out under the Raiders. There's crazy theories that they've back-channeled with Bengals free agent Trey Hendrickson, and that now they're going to pay him because they've realized, we could just pay Trey Hendrickson and not trade 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby, especially if given his injury situation. Who knows? Who knows what all is true? What was just reported, this is new information, Adam Schefter just about half an hour ago on ESPN. Dr. Cooper, I forget his first name, he's the Cowboys team doctor. He does a lot of surgeries for major surgeries for the big name players. He did Mahomes' ACL this offseason. He did Malik Neighbors' knee injury. He apparently got consulted with the some of the imaging that the Ravens took, and apparently was part of the advisement to back out of this trade. So I think if that's true, I think that would put to rest at least some of the conspiracy theory talk that Baltimore kind of made up a failed physical situation. Now, obviously, if you just had surgery a couple months ago, you're not going to be like pass a physical and be able to play in a game tomorrow. But I think this is more of a situation if Dr. Cooper's assessment is accurate, if what's being reported is accurate, they are concerned about his longevity. Like, will he be the same player right away? What will he be like in 2 years? Now, I still think there is a suspicious element to this, especially if they do end up getting Hendrickson. Also, I think the NFL has got a big issue on their hands. The NFL has this legal tampering period that started yesterday, runs through today, and then the start of the league year is tomorrow. And I tweeted this out, and this is a prediction. I'll hold firm to this. I think this situation with the Ravens bailing on this trade 2 days into the legal tampering, where hundreds of players have signed contracts and billions of dollars in contracts have been agreed to, I think this could be the end of this legal tampering period. And here's why. And I got a reply and said, well, why would that matter? This is a trade. That has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with it. And here's why. Because several teams that were in on Crosby have budgeted elsewhere now. They have agreed to deals with other players, with other pass rushers. The Raiders themselves spent a ton of money. Now, luckily, they had so much cap space they can reabsorb Maxx Crosby, but these other teams have pivoted. And so now what has happened is all this money has been spent, allocated elsewhere, even though technically those deals aren't done yet either. They can't be till tomorrow. They're not going to back out on those deals and screw over those players and those agents and those clients to then try to circle back to Maxx Crosby. Do you get what I'm saying? So much money has been allocated. Now the Raiders aren't going to have as many trade partners, right? Like, look, if the physical part of it's legit, his trade value is going to go down anyway, but it may go down substantially because you may have gone from, 8 teams are interested and 5 teams have made a strong offer to 3 teams are interested and only 1 or 2 of them are making an offer, and it's like a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick. You get what I'm saying? With all this money already agreed to with these other players, big name guys, there's just not going to be as many teams that can trade for them. Now, teams can restructure deals. The Bears certainly can. They have the flexibility if they want to. This is a Bears show, and we're going to talk about the Bears side of this. If they want Maxx Crosby, they can make it work if they want to do so. But this is, I think the league's got an issue on their hands. And look, this is a unique situation. I don't think this is going to start happening left and right. But I think this 2-day period where contracts are agreed to but can't become official, it's really not necessary. Like, why is Monday at noon not just the start of the league year, and why can't ink be put on paper? Like, if that was the case and Crosby went in Monday morning and failed his physical, well, okay, yeah, that still sucks, and the trade is off if Baltimore wants to bail, but all these other teams could still reassess the situation. A different team might pass a physical on Crosby, but now, even if a team would pass a physical, maybe that team doesn't have the money left to pay him. You get what I'm saying? So I think there's going to be a big league-wide fallout on this. And I don't think we've heard near the end of this story overall. Now, this is a Bears show, so let's get to that side of it. Should the Bears get back on the horse and see what a trade looks like? From a money standpoint, if the Bears want them, they can get them. You can restructure Crosby's contract this year, get it down from $30 million to less than $8 million if you want to. So that part of it, if they want him, they can get him from a financial standpoint. The question is, A, what is the medical situation? Like, what would the Bears team doctors look like? And B, given what it is or isn't, what would a trade look like? If it's a fairly serious injury, you might say, okay, yeah, in 5 years, he's not going to be the same guy. But would you still trade a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick for 3 good years of Maxx Crosby? You might do that. He's only 29. Now, if you're concerned that this year, right away, he's not going to be the same player, okay, different story. You probably just don't do it, given how much money he makes. But if you're like, well, okay, I'm not going to get 5 good years out of him, but maybe I'll get 2 really good years and 1 or 2 decent years, I'll give you a 2nd round pick. You know what I'm saying? That might be worthwhile compared to 2 firsts, which I was never on board with anyway, given his age, his snap counts, and his injury history. So, look, I would see what the deal is. I still think Maxx Crosby, even if he's a little diminished, if the price is right, would be a huge upgrade on this defense. I don't think there's any question about that. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Let me put a poll up. How about this? Would you trade the number 25 pick for Maxx Crosby? Yes or no? 25th pick. Let's just call it there. I don't know if that's enough to get it done. I don't know if that's too much. Would you just trade straight up your 1st round pick for Crosby? Go vote in the poll. Go vote in the poll. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Get some water here. All right, let me about 80% yes, 20% no. Got 1,000 people watching live. Thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks to everybody for being here. You guys are legends. You guys are legends. His agent came out, for what it's worth, and said he's ahead of schedule. Now, I don't expect his agent to come out and rip his client, but one thing about Maxx Crosby is this is not a guy you bet against. This guy was under-recruited. He went to Eastern Michigan. He was a 4th-round pick, and he's grinded his way to become one of the best players in the league. The way he plays, I've always doubted that he'll age super well because he plays so many snaps and he has been banged up a lot. But if you don't think this situation is going to motivate him, think again. Think again. He is going to be motivated. He is going to be motivated. All right, let me see here. Let's get some super chats going. Let's see. One sec. Super chat to get on the show. All right, hang on. Let me see where these start. Braden Hall is first. All right, I think I found the spot. Okay, yeah. This Crosby news is payback for not getting comp picks. No relation, but that is funny. That is funny. I feel bad for Crosby, man. I feel bad for the Raiders. Never thought I'd say that. But yeah, that's you know, he filmed a full 12-minute video of kind of saying goodbye and talking about embracing Baltimore and all that stuff, and you know, now he's in limbo. He's back with the Raiders, so it's very interesting situation to say the least. To say the least. Anthony says, "I'm already getting ready for bed here in Cali. Harrison putting in that work. Polls make this worth it." We'll see, man. We will see. I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't know. It's going to be interesting. Give me just a sec here. Fix something. Appreciate you supporting, and we'll see what Polls does, man. I don't really know what to expect. I could see them being very interested. I could see them being mildly interested. I could see them being not interested at all, to be honest. I could see all three of those scenarios playing out. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't really know what to expect. It'll be interesting to see, like, as the days go on. Are the Raiders going to try to trade him right away? What teams are interested? It sounds like Dallas is not. Again, I mentioned the situation with the doctor, Dr. Cooper, so I don't know how much that matters, but we'll see. We will see. All right, sorry, I was handling something real quick. Who do we got next here? We've got Z Berry. Would the Bears need to trade Cole Kmet if they trade for Crosby? Not necessarily. No. I just explained the money part of it. If they want to make it work, they can. They don't have to get rid of any player. Now they'll have to restructure a contract or two, potentially Max's, but if they want them, they can get them from a financial standpoint. It's a matter of if they want to move enough money around or not. Vincent Burns, with Javon Dexter in a second, get the trade done. Maybe. Could that get it done? Who knows? I'd unless his knee is just completely ripped, then I would do that. I would do that. So we'll see. We will see. Shy Doc, Harrison, my man, thanks for the late chat. Poles has to make this happen. Bears go to the Super Bowl with Maxx Crosby, throw in 2 second-rounders. Let's go, FGB. Yeah, I mean, if your polls say, hey, 57 and 60, I know it's not 2 ones, but 2 twos is still a pretty good offer for, you know, a pass rusher in his late 20s that just failed a physical somewhere else. I mean, it's not like it's a shitty offer. So, I don't know. I don't know what Baltimore would say to that. Z Barry, my question before about Cole Kmet was a need to trade him to another team. Oh, no. The answer is still no. No. Nope. They can extend Cole Kmet and clear like $7 million if they want to. I mentioned earlier on the show, I don't think Vegas would take him because they signed Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, but if you can find a trade partner for TJ Edwards, that clears $6.1 million. Cutting him doesn't save you money, but if you trade him, that clears some money. There's a lot of creative avenues. How about this? Maybe it doesn't cost. Maybe the Raiders only get offered seconds. What if you offered a first and said, hey, take Dio Adengbo? That would clear $11 million for the Bears. If they cut Dio, it's only $3 million. But if they trade him, it's $11 million. Hey, we'll give you a first. No other team will, but you got to take Dio. They got the cap space to take him. They still need D-line help. He's at least a body. That's a thought. Again, would the Raiders take him? I have no idea. And again, I don't know at this point in time if the Bears have any interest or not. My gut says they probably are not, but I do think, and it's been reported that there was at least some level of interest throughout the process. So we'll see. Let's see. Braden, pivot to... Oh, okay. That's funny. Austin, what's the chance he's moved overnight? I would say close to 0. My phone's dinging. Hang on here. Just got a work message. Let me make sure. Oh, no way. This isn't important. That's just funny. Oh, gosh, that's funny. I don't think he'll get moved tonight, Austin. There's even reports saying they'll probably shop him still, but the news is too fresh. Like, nothing's going to happen tonight. There's way too many emotions involved. For Max, the Raiders, he's not getting moved tonight. They probably have to meet with Max again and just reassess the whole situation. Who knows? I'm not saying I predict this, but what if Max wakes up and says, you know what? Because I know this was a hard conclusion for him to want to relieve the Raiders. What if he says, you know what? Maybe this is a sign I should stay. He might say that, and the Raiders might say, okay, we'll keep you. Who knows? Who freaking knows? Anthony, you're so much better than Micro Mike, and I'm a Lions fan. Hey, my guy Micro Mike, good dude. Shout out to Micro Mike. But I do appreciate the kind words. Hopefully we'll beat you guys this year. Won the division, but you guys did sweep us. Z. Barry, Mark Davis will not trade Crosby for just a first. They will hold on to him. It has to be a worthwhile offer, multiple picks. I mean, how much leverage do the Raiders have? Maybe they'll get a first and another premium pick. I don't know. Again, a lot of teams have spent their money. You know? They're not going to have as many teams interested, and they're not going to have as good of offers. That's a fact. All right, Shin Grapple and Colin Cowherd voice. Hey, Max, Motivated Dio is here. Hey, Max. Motivated Dio Adengbo is here. We're good. We don't need you. Was that a good impersonation? Hey, LeBron, we're good here. We got Ben Simmons. We're good. That's an all-timer, man. Isaac Glass, some dude just commented and said, first-round pick and Williams for Max. I'm stunned that's even on somebody's mind. That might be the worst trade I've seen, and that's if Max was 100% healthy and 25 years old. You're not trading a first-round pick and Caleb Williams, who's, looking like he's going to be your long-term franchise quarterback for Maxx Crosby. Let's be real. The Raiders would do that in a heartbeat. And that's with having the number 1 pick and access to Fernando Mendoza. Will Edwards, this Crosby situation boosts Hendrickson's value. Also, what does our draft look like following our free agent moves? Well, edge is still a need, clearly. I mean, you have Montez Sweat and Austin Booker, but you need more there. Still need D-tack help. Added some depth pieces there with Neville Gallimore and Kentavious Street. Street's going to have to fight for a roster spot. But yeah, I mean, I think Hendrickson wants more money, and maybe Baltimore's willing to give it and keep their draft picks. So that's going to be an interesting introductory press conference for Trey Hendrickson in Baltimore if he gets asked that question. Brandon Green, appreciate all the super chats, guys. Look, if we see his medicals and it checks out, make it happen. Trade would have to be contingent on a clear medical check and Max taking a restructure. Yeah, I think any trade now, I wonder if like a physical has to take place first. Like, I don't know how that's going to work now. That's going to be really interesting because you would think teams wouldn't agree to a trade without doing their own physical now. I mean, I guess you could agree to it, do the physical, then cancel it again, but like no one wants that. So I'm not sure how that's going to be handled. But yeah, maybe the Raiders will send every team a screening. I don't know. Maybe teams that are interested in trading for them conduct a physical with them, fly to Vegas and do a physical. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Adam Downing, no better night to smoke pipe, drink a stout, make spreadsheets for my business. FGB, I'm tired of those cry boys saying they live rent-free in our minds. Sore losers, you know what to do, chat. You heard the man. Get the FGBs in the chat. Get the FGBs in the chat. FGBs in the chat. Get some shout outs here. We got Vinny. Shout out to Dusty, Kevin, Peter. We got Tim, Michelle, Fry, Kate's dog. 1,500 people watching live, by the way. Thanks to everybody for being here. Subscribe. Crazy day. How about Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points, breaking Kobe's record? I know at the end it got kind of wonky. The Wizards are triple teaming them. The Heat are fouling, but still, I mean, that's still a historic night. And that's not even the biggest story in sports today. Freaking crazy. Okay, let me do something real quick for you guys. Bear with me here. All right, let me find this. All right, give me a sec. Give me just a sec. All right, we got a merch deal that I want to pass along. Stick with us here. If you watched live earlier, you guys know the deal. So I'm going to put it on screen in a second, but link is in the chat to our merch shop, chatsports.com/Bears shop. Well, right now, you can get the Beers hat and shirt combo for $15 off. We've been running it $10 off, $15 off, limited time through the rest of this stream. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. The way it works is once you add the shirt and the hat to your shopping cart, and when you go to that link, those are the first two items in the Bears Now merch shop. When you add both to your cart, when you go to checkout, it's going to automatically give you $15 off. We just tested it. It's good to go. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Appreciate everybody that wants to get in on some merch. You can also check out the rest of the merch while you're over there. We got the Iceman gear, St. Patty's stuff. You may not get it at this point, even with express shipping. So just want to, be crystal clear on that. You may not get the St. Patty's stuff by St. Patty's Day, but it's still awesome. It's timeless. You could rock it next year. But plenty of other items, the FGB items, the Iceman hoodies and t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. The best deal we're offering right now, though, is the Beers hat and shirt combo, $15 off when you add both to your shopping cart. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the chat. So once you add each item in, you'll get the discount. Boom, you are good to go. Check it out today and take advantage. I'll remind you guys at least one more time before we sign off. Okay, we've got Wolf Jaws. This doesn't happen often, if at all. This kind of feels like Max is destined to be a Bear. He fits the culture. Clearly vibe with Caleb. Go get him. Yeah, I mean, when things like this happen in life, some people have different ideologies and think differently, but sometimes Maxx Crosby said it when he announced he was leaving. He's like, I believe everything happens for a reason. Well, if you do truly believe in that type of stuff, well, then the Ravens failed your physical for a reason. Now, I'm not saying I necessarily am one of those people. Not saying I'm not. I'm just saying, again, everybody views these things differently. Regardless, I will say this is a very unique situation. And it does sometimes feel like, sometimes in life, it's just like, you can't explain things. And this almost feels like one of those times. It's like, well, okay, what now? Is he going to be a Raider? Does he want to stay with Vegas now? Or does he want to go somewhere else? Shit, if I were him, wherever I'm playing, I'd want to play my ass off and rub it in the Ravens' faces, right? Like, I would hate that team forever. Even if they were just in doing this, which I'm not sure they were, but even if they were, I would do everything in my power to make the Ravens regret that they passed on me. And everything that we've ever come to learn about Maxx Crosby is he's that type of guy. So we'll see. We'll see. Vic says, thanks for the stream. Odds Byard returns despite Kobe. I'd say very low. 10%. Not zero, but I think Kevin Byard plays elsewhere in all likelihood. Anthony, just for fun, what is Caleb's trade value? I actually don't know. I don't know. Is it 2 first-round picks, depending on where the team is drafting? Caleb's not like an established top 5 quarterback, but I think most teams in the league, especially QB needy teams, would make big offers. What do you think the Vikings would offer right now? 2 1s? 18 in their first next year? Throw in 9? I don't know. I think it would vary if you ask different teams. Doesn't matter. They're not trading him. He's the Bears guy. Mike Darling, rescind the DJ trade and offer him in a second. Well, you got a second from Buffalo. Yeah, that's not happening. They're not doing that. Alex Todd, our big picture defensive strat is lots of good players, deep bench, 1-game record gives a ton of flexibility for this. First round, second round, let's win now. I'll say this. I love the Devin Bush move. I like the Kobe Bryant move. If you got Maxx Crosby, especially if he's healthy, you've got Montez Sweat, maybe you hit on a player in the draft. Defense could look a whole lot better a whole lot quickly, especially if Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon can be healthy next season. There's no question about that. So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. Someone in the chat says it has to be a conditional first. Well, that would have to be a future pick then. Can't be a conditional pick if it's this year. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe the Raiders take a conditional pick next year. Maybe it's like a day 2 pick this year and a conditional pick next year that could turn into a first if he has, if he's has 12 sacks or something. I don't know. I could see a future conditional pick being involved. Harrison Graham, number 1, ESPN, get this man a contract. They can't have me. I'm Chat Sports. through and through, baby. Louis, who would you most like to restructure / extend? Tooney, Johnson, Jackson, Kmet, Sweat, Gordon. Also, Bam was 36 from the free throw line. Silly shit. Yeah, I mean, look, the free throw stuff was inflated. Look, was it a legit 83? Maybe not, but it was probably about a legit 70. It's still a crazy night. Also, the Wizards are an embarrassment. So that's a different part of this. And also, he had 40 in the first half. So, like, it's not like he had 25 at halftime and then it became some YMCA bullshit in the second half. Like, he scored 40 in the first half, 43 in the second half. So it was an all-time night. Yeah, I would be cool with restructuring both guards. I'd like to extend Kmet. Darnell Wright's another extension candidate. I'd be cool restructuring Gordon. I don't think I want to restructure Montez Sweat, especially if it's to get Maxx Crosby, because Sweat could be a guy you move off of next year, especially if you were to get Crosby. I think the idea would be you have them together for 1 or 2 years, and then you move off probably Sweat to clear off his big contract. So that would probably be the thought process. Big dumper, PCA hit 2 homers. Matas dropped 41. Come on, Bears, keep the trend going. Did US come back against Italy, or did Italy win in the WBC? Let me see. Oh, they lost. Wow. Apparently they may not even get out of the group stage. Unreal. I saw PCA hit that jack to cut it to 4, or like in the 7th, but that's pretty embarrassing. Lose to Italy in baseball. Wow. Brandon Goodrich, Bears obviously wanted Crosby if they offered 2 firsts. Okay, I'm not sure I believe that report. I know Rich Eisen said that, and I like Rich Eisen, and I'm sure he heard that. I've heard that nowhere else. Nowhere else. And I've been told by other people that is false. I don't think they offered 2 firsts, which good, by the way. They should not have offered 2 firsts. But I'm not saying Rich didn't hear that. I'm saying I've heard the opposite, and I've heard no one else say that other than Rich Eisen. So take that for what it's worth. He says, this is a sign. Bro announced he wants to be a Bear. Polls go cook, get him. Bear down. We'll see. We'll see if they find a way to get him, but I don't think they offer 2 firsts. OG Imperial, I didn't want him before, but now I feel like him coming here has to be destiny. Who knows? He's available. At least we think. Maybe the Raiders shut it down and just keep him. I don't know. Here's my thing, though. Is Max just going to be willing to play for the Raiders now? I guess he may not have a choice, but that's going to be awkward. Adventure Dudes, I think a first and a second next year for Max in a few seconds. And day 3 picks, FGB. Bears, Super Bowl champs, Buffalo's second. Like, beat Buffalo in the Super Bowl, or Buffalo's second round pick that you got for DJ Moore? People still trolling about Velus Jones in the chat? What are we doing? Dino says, damn you, Harrison. Oh, he said, stop the rhetoric and the hype. I'm more just live talking about the situation, and we know the Bears were interested, so it's my job to talk about relevant stories. It's the biggest story in the NFL today. Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. Harrison Graham, number 1 fan. Agree, don't leave chat sports. We love you. No plans on leaving. No plans on leaving. Oh, back's tightening up. Just lean back like this. Just lounge. Oh, this actually might work. I might do this. All right. I'm in. Let's do it. All right. Who would you most like to restructure, extend? Tooney, Jackson, Kmet, Sweat, Gordon, also Bam. Oh, we already got these. Sorry. Already hit this one. I think we're caught up on super chats. Jermaine Ifedi tweeted. It's 110 in Florida at 1 o'clock in the morning over there. That's something. Another chat sports channel's talking, or just you, Harrison? I know our Raiders channel was live. Let's see if they're still alive. Let's see if Mitch and the boys are still going. So it was funny. Our Raiders guy, his wife surprised him with tickets to a hockey game, and like the game had just started when this Crosby stuff went down. So our Raiders producer and a couple other chat sports hosts went live on Raiders and just held it down until he got in, and now they're still live. Let's see. Yeah, they're still going. Let me double check. I think they're still going. Pulling it up here. Let's see. Let's see. This is the longest ad ever. What is going on? All right, I think they're still going, but I got hit with like 3 ads. My phone's being weird. Yeah, they're still live. They're still live. Okay, we got any more super chats? It's late. Can't stay alive forever, but if you guys are super chatting, we can hang out. Alex Todd, is that a stained glass Chicago Bears lamp? Yeah, so I got this for Christmas from I don't want to grab it because it's kind of fragile, but yeah, it's like an old school Bears lamp. Isn't that pretty cool? Right there. I think it's pretty sweet, huh? Got it for Christmas from my in-laws, so that was pretty cool gift. I think my wife was in on that gift as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Alex also asks, always wondered if the Bears were your non-work number one, but now I know FGB for life. They're my squad. They have been for years now since I've been doing this. Call my wife if you don't believe me. She'll tell me. When the Bears lose and I get home on a Sunday, I'm not a happy camper. Adam Downing, what current player do you want to retire a Bear? Most other than Caleb. For me, it's Komet. Also, these TikTok Packer fans got me frisky. FGB spam again. Yeah, among current guys, Komet would be cool because he is a Chicago guy. Grew up in Chicago. Be cool to see him play his whole career here. So I'm trying to think who else. Jalen's been here a while. I could see him playing elsewhere, especially if he's slowing down here. I don't know if he'd get another contract here. I kind of wanted Kevin Byard to finish his career here, but that's probably not going to happen. So, yeah, hopefully, ideally it's Caleb because that means he has like a 15-year career here and is awesome. So, hopefully that happens. Let's see. Chris Ayers, will Max start the season as a Raider or will he be dealt? What's more likely? I still think he's more likely to get traded than not. That's just an awkward thing to come back from, right? The guy literally said it like a eulogy on his Raiders career. He basically bought there was an obituary. That's a lot to come back from. Now, he did delete the video, but I think part of that is because he was talking about the Ravens and joining the Ravens more than anything else, which obviously he's not doing anymore. So, I don't know. It's an awkward situation. The Raiders spent a lot of money. Is Max intrigued by that and what they've done? Maybe. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, let's see. Shout out. Let me see. Oh, hang on a second. All right, what do we got here? Who's next? I was reading something real quick. Luis just got here. Does Max trade value lower now? I don't know how much it lowers, but it definitely lowers. They're not getting 2-1s. There's just not enough demand. Again, teams that ran on him before won't be now, A, because they're going to be concerned about the medical, and or B, they've spent money elsewhere. There's just not going to be a lot of teams in on him. So that's my question. If Max has made it clear to the Raiders he doesn't want to play for him, and their best offer is like just 1 first-round pick or like a second and a third, like, do they just have to take it so they can get something for Max? Or does Crosby suck it up and play for the Raiders? I mean, it's not a good situation. It's not a good situation. Let me see if there's any updates here. I gave you all the medical updates. So the Cowboys team doctor, Dr. Cooper, who he's done a lot of the big surgeries over the years. Mahomes' knee surgery this offseason. He did Malik Neighbors' knee surgery. He apparently was involved in analyzing the medical check that the Ravens did, and he apparently was a part of the advisement to back out on the trade. So is that also why Dallas is not interested? Because their team doctor was told the Ravens it's not worth the risk? I don't know. I do not know. But it's certainly a fascinating situation overall. But his value is definitely down. The question is, how low is it? And what's like the lowest amount the Raiders would just take to trade him at this point? Louis DePhillips, Antonacci, and Teal White Sox players had big games tonight for Italy tonight. Okay, there you go. I'll say this too. Here's another reason why I'm intrigued by Crosby. He's going to be so motivated after this. So if you get him on a discount, he is going to make it his mission to prove the Ravens wrong. That's intriguing to me. Now, if the medical is really bad, I get it. But if you don't think it's terrible, and if you still think he could play at a high level for a few years, and you can get him on a discounted trade, that's pretty appealing to me. That's pretty appealing to me. All right, Dustin. Call tomorrow, 57 and a second next year, up to a conditional first. That's my offer. You get Crosby and draft defensive tackle at 25. I don't hate it. Louis DePhillips, Myles Garrett, we win a Super Bowl. Let's go. You offering 3-1s? That's probably what it's going to take. Probably gonna be what it takes. All right, Cooper, no more than a first and a third, bear down from Toronto. That feels kind of high after this. I mean, 2-1s just got debunked. I was thinking about it just now. Would you offer 25 and I don't know, maybe a conditional fifth next year that could turn into a third, depending on playing time missed, stuff like that, performance escalators? I mean, I think it's going to be a significant reduction from 2-1s. Your boy Jesse, I just think the Raiders can't afford him. Also FGB. Well, they can absorb his contract. That's already been reported. Even with how much they spent, they can still keep him. Now, they can't make many more moves, but they can keep him. Now, if part of the trade was he was not going to play there, can they repair that relationship? I don't know. I mean, that's going to be an awkward situation. I do not envy John Spytek, the Raiders GM, right now. Myles Garrett, and we win this. Oh, we already hit this. Sorry. Let me catch my bearings here. Let's see. Okay, Peter. Are you planning on leaving us for 4 Verts? 4 Verts is under Chat Sports. That's just another channel of mine. Not at all. Not at all. I taught Crosby on that channel first because 1, it's an NFL story, and 2, I already had a 4Verts video ready to go right when that news dropped, so I pivoted to that story. And then it had been a full day, so I came home and spent time with the family, my son, and then once my wife and son went to bed, I was like, you know what? Let's talk about this on Bears Now. So here we are. Been live for 46 minutes. 46 minutes. All right, who do we got next? It's after midnight. Anthony, this lead needs to fear a motivated Dio. Motivated Dio or Maxx Crosby? Funniest meme going. Funniest meme going. All right, let's see. I want to remind you of the deal we got going with our merch. Bears Now beers, shirt, and hat combo, guys. $15 off when you add each item to your shopping cart. They're each $29.99, so if you buy both, in theory, that's $60. But right now, you get $15 off. You get a nice discount. Drink a couple of bevies. Rocking this hat, rocking the shirt. You see the little bear claw through the R and the S? Little Bears theme for you there. $15 off, $60 value for $45. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Check it out today. Links in the chat. Shout out to the real ones. I know a lot of you guys have checked out the merch already, but that link too is going to get you to the full merch shop, the Bears shop, and feel free to shop and get whatever else. Got the Iceman t-shirts and hoodies, FGB as well. I was rocking the Cardiac Bears tee today. Plenty of stuff available. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. $15 off when you add a Bears hat and shirt to your shopping cart. Instead of $60, it'll cost you $45. So go check it out right now. Okay, who do we have next? Let us see. Let's see. This year's 1 and a 5 for Max. LOL, you're greedy. He just went for 2 1s and it got bailed on. He failed the physical. What do you think he's going for? Just the first and a second now? I think there's not as much competition for a trade now. Teams are out. Teams have bailed. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't get offered a 1. I'm serious. I have no idea what he's going to get offered. You could talk me into a lot. I really do not know. All right, Cooper, a lot of tinfoil hat theories from Florio PFF. Fun to imagine Ravens go trade. Keep the 2 first. Anyway, how long till we get Max moved, do you think? Well, exactly. I mean, if Hendrickson signs tomorrow, get ready. NFL, the league office is praying the Ravens don't get Hendrickson. Praying. Because that theory of the Ravens back-channeled with Hendrickson and realized they could get him and just keep their first-round picks. And sure, Hendrickson's not quite the player Crosby is, but he's pretty close. Close enough, at least. They might say, oh, screw it, let's just do that. So maybe when they trade for Max, they didn't think they could get a guy like Hendrickson. But also, remember, it was reported earlier today that teams weren't willing to meet Hendrickson's price. If that price tag has come down a little bit, and the Ravens are like, oh, wait a minute, we can get Trey for $25, $28 million per year, keep the 2 1s, and not trade for Crosby, who is banged up. Okay. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. If it happens, it's going to be fascinating to follow. All right, Brandon Green. Oh, real quick. As far as how long till we get Max moved, I don't know. Rapport said maybe this has to be a situation where he's got to be further in his rehab and teams are more comfortable. Who knows? I could see it happening within a few days. I could see it happening around the draft, maybe later. I can't imagine, though, if the Crosby and the Raiders come to the conclusion still that he wants out and he's not going to play there, I can't imagine they want to drag this out. Brandon Green, number 60 from Buffalo, and a conditional first next year. Still a lot, man. A first and a second. What does it start with next year? Like a conditional, like it's a 2 that could turn to a 1? I mean, that's still a big offer. Maybe a third, maybe 89 this year and a second next year that could turn to a first. Could maybe be on board with that. Luke Clark, I'm shocked Byard or Brisker haven't been touched. If you can get Byard or Brisker on an $8 million deal or lower, I think you have to consider it. Yeah, maybe. I'm surprised. It's been quiet around those two. It's been real quiet around those two. I'm surprised. I am surprised. Failed physical, easy to stop deal. Well, if it's truly that bad of a medical situation, then yes. A lot of people in league circles think that the Ravens kind of pulled a fast one here. Shout out to a couple sales coming in. Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Absolute real ones. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Go check it out. Let me see here. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Let me message someone. Hang on. All right, who do we got? Who do we got next? We all caught up? Super chats. Okay, one just coming in. I'll be honest, I'm pretty wiped, so if we're done with super chats, I'm probably going to sign off soon. But I'll get Tragic Andrews. We're coming up on an hour. If we hit an hour and it's the super chats have slowed down, we'll probably wrap it up pretty quick. But we'll hit them as they come in. So Bears Williams, how about a third and conditional second that could be a first? Maybe try to trade a player as well. Again, these are like still good offers. Which, again, I'm not saying acting like it's going to be no offer, but I just don't know. I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be like, is there a world it's not a first? That would be brutal for the Raiders, but I don't know. Andrew says, if Bears don't make a splash trade this offseason, do you think they will next offseason? Maybe. I mean, you just never know, right? You just never know. They're slated to have a lot of cap space next year. Hitstick 37, did you see that something with Crosby's contract kicks in on Friday if he's still on the Raiders? Something like $60 million kicks in. Let me see. Let me see what the old Spo track is telling me. Let's see what old Spo track is telling me. Yeah, so okay. So on Friday, 29 million of his salary fully guarantees. Now, I could see in this situation Max and the Raiders extend that deadline. That does happen sometimes, and in a situation like this, that could certainly apply. But yeah, that's interesting. That could add a wrinkle to this. All right. Who do we got here? Eric, how badly Oh, baby, someone's bringing the boom. Eric says, how badly do you think Ben Johnson wants him? I'm sure he'd love to have him. I'm sure he'd love to have him. That's for sure. That is for sure. I'm sure he would love to have him. I love to see this because you're a real one. It's after midnight and you're bringing the boom. I can't yell at the top of my lungs because my family is asleep, but I'll do my best here. We got a $100 super chat coming in from Maurice Thompson. Boom! Shout out Maurice. Get the booms in the chat. Shout out to Maurice. He says, thanks for going live, Harrison, and let's go get Crosby. Let's go, Maurice. Let's go. He wants Crosby. He wants Crosby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see here. Shout out Maurice. A legend. An absolute legend. Appreciate you, Maurice, for bringing the boom. Your boy Jesse says, I just can't. I think this is old. Sorry. Apologies. Tate Rap, 26 second, 27 conditional second, and TJ for Max. They don't want TJ Edwards. They've signed Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean. They don't need a linebacker. So maybe you can flip TJ elsewhere. Dallas needs a linebacker. Maybe they'd be willing to do it. So, but I don't think the Raiders make sense. By the way, why are the Raiders giving Quay Walker 3 for 40? Devin Bush is a much better player at this point. 3 for 30, much better deal. Much better deal. All right, so I actually misinterpreted the deal we're doing. It's actually an even better deal than I thought when it comes to the merch. So let me get this all lined up. If I'm doing this correctly, let me make sure I'm doing this right so I can verbalize this correctly. So the Bears, I should say, hat and t-shirt combo. So it's I sold this wrong. It's actually an even better deal right now for a limited time only. So it is actually, I think I'm doing this right. It's 50% off. So it's not $15 off. Each item is marked down $15. So you can get both right now. It's a $60 offer for $30 plus shipping and tax. We are not going to run a better deal than this on these two items. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Go shop today. Limited time. This is only going to run tonight. If you add both the Bears shirt and hat into your cart, it's going to be basically cut in half. Best deal we've run yet. Only tonight while we're live on the stream. Check it out. By the time you get tax or pay for taxes and shipping, it's still going to be under $40. Whereas normally it's $60 plus shipping and tax. Check it out today. Bears hat, shirt combo. Looks great. Comfortable gear. Quality stuff. Check it out right now. Yep, confirming 50% off. 50% off. Let me go ahead and fix the graphic. $50% off when you add both to your shopping cart. 2 for the price of 1, essentially. Normally you get a hat for $30 plus tax. Now you get the hat and the shirt. Same thing with the shirt. Normally it's $30. Now you get the hat with there. Buy one, get one free. It's essentially what it is. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Add those 2 items to your shopping cart. Get 50% off. It's a hell of a deal. Take advantage right effing now. Only tonight. It's running till 1 a.m. Central Time, I'm being told. You got 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Hats are awesome, by the way. I was rocking it the other day in the office. All right. What else we got? We'll stay live till 1 o'clock then, until that deal expires. How about that? How about that? All right, Z Barry, it's important to note that neither team, Raiders or Ravens, announced that Crosby failed a physical. Well, sure, but that's being reported. Now, I don't know the specifics, but we haven't heard from the Ravens side of this yet. They're going to have to answer for this and give an explanation at some point. That will happen. We'll see what they say. Dylan the Car Kid, is Crosby playing this season? Why did the Ravens stop? Expectation is he'll be ready in June or July. My guess is if this truly is about the medical, they're concerned about his long-term future, how he'll age. Chris, what are your thoughts on this angle that the Ravens did the Raiders dirty and used the physical as a loophole? A lot of theories out there. The biggest tinfoil hat theory going is they found out they could get Hendrickson at a lower price than expected, and they said, screw it, let's bail on the trade and keep the first-round picks and sign Trey Hendrickson. A lot of chatter is they could sign him tomorrow. So if that happens, buckle up. Alex Todd, sensible boom from Family Man. Harrison is legendary. Who is top NFL QB rusher 2026? Why does Caleb rush for 500? He's certainly capable of it. Shout out to Tate buying 2 hats and a hat and 3 shirts. What a legend. Loading up. Appreciate you, Tate. Top QB rusher next year. Probably either be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Probably one of those two. Justin Fields isn't going to be a starter anymore, so it's not going to be him. So it should be one of those two. Finesse, Ravens mad that the Raiders outbid for Linderbaum. I don't buy that theory, really. I'm sure they're upset they didn't get Linderbaum back, but I don't think that's the angle. Shout out Owen. He's getting a hat and shirt. Appreciate you, Owen. Shout out. Trade Talk Sports. Honestly, I'll say this made a video about if his medicals is checked off, sign me up, especially if we can do it for maybe 2 twos. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what is the medical situation and what's the trade comp now. Because I never wanted to offer 2 firsts. I commended the Bears for not offering 2 firsts. I think that was the right decision. But can you get them at a reasonable price now? Peter says, get some rest. Harrison tomorrow is going to be big. Yeah, it will be. We'll be live tomorrow too. Going to bed soon. Don't worry. Gonna try and make it to 1 a.m. Try to make it to 1 a.m. All right. Who else we got? Could work in a few hashtag bears if we don't have any more super chats, but super chat, we'll keep it going a little bit here. Mix sub first and a third, plus add a 27 third if we take dial contract. That's still too much. A first and 2/3? That's a lot, man. That is a lot. It's a lot of ched. A lot of ched. Okay, let's see. Ethan, hashtag Bears. Why are the Bears so worried about the cap in 2027 or waiting on a year out from now? We should be going in to make a bowl or be better, right? Don't understand it. Well, I think they've made some good moves, but yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to balance short and long term, but I think if you can get Maxx Crosby at a reasonable trade, that's something you consider now. 2-1s was not reasonable. It was an overpay by Baltimore. Injury aside. Well, now you might be able to get him for cheaper. Let's see. Yeezy, how do you feel about adding? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okie dokie. Mario. First and second, you pulling the trigger? I don't think so. Nope. FT, I feel like Crosby could be a better player than he was on a different team. Crosby's a hell of a player on his current team. So I think he'll be good as long as he's healthy. Christ is king. If they get Crosby, would they have to give him less than $30 million? The contract's the contract. Now, I had heard some chatter that he wants a pay raise. Maybe now you wouldn't have to give him one, given the injury concern. So that's another potential angle in this. All right, shout out to, see who we got. Shout out Ramber. Got himself an Iceman hoodie as well. Got the FGB hoodie as well. We got Jay getting in on the beer shirt and hat. Appreciate you guys. Willie getting in there too. 50% off the beers shirt and hat combo. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Take advantage. All our other merch at that link too. Get in there. Limited time. All right, let's see. Back to super chats. Trey Talk Sports. Honestly, I'll say I already answered this one. Answered both of these. Yeah, sometimes our software resets. I think we do have one that we owe. Here we go. Trey Talk again. The Bears should at least call him for a physical. Yeah, I am wondering, so if any team that trades for him now, like, I don't think they want to run through this again where a trade would get called off. Like, before any trade got announced publicly, you wonder if a physical would take place first. Like, if the Raiders and that certain team agreed to a trade privately, didn't leak it to the media. That's hard to do these days, but I know if I'm Maxx Crosby, I don't want that leaking out again that I failed another physical with a different team. So I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to work. LRM, both seconds for Crosby. I'd do it, assuming the medicals are good enough. But dude, what are your thoughts on possibly trading up in the second round for Rodriguez to complete that linebacker room? I'd rather trade back from 25 than trade up in the second round. I also think taking him at 25 could be an option. So that's kind of where I'm at. Jardez, I've been watching since we hired Flus. Can't believe where we're at now. A lot has changed, brother or sister. Mugly, what is your perfect rest of the off season? Get Maxx Crosby on a discount and then go do the draft. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Perfect rest of the offseason. When did I get the news? Right before I was going to film a different Four Verts video. Then I pivoted real quick. So I guess about 6:45 Central Time. Somewhere in there. It was the adrenaline rush. I'll say this. In light, those are the moments you live for, doing what I do as a content creator and just as a huge sports fan. Don't get me wrong, I feel bad for Max, but just like the shocking stories like that, I mean, you can't replicate that type of like adrenaline. You just can't. It's like crazy stuff during a game, like the Iceman moments. Like you can't self-create that. You just have to appreciate it when it comes. Like when Luka Doncic got traded, like that, just like you just can't believe it. When this fell through, you're like, wait, what? I mean, it's so shocking that you're almost like, yo, like this is just unreal. Like your body, like you can't explain it. It's just so wild. So I'm sure you guys felt the same. Like, holy crap, this is nuts. And then I start thinking about the Bears. I'm like, would the Bears trade for him now? Is it not dead after all? It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it happened. Especially how it got announced too. It was literally just they started retweeting the Raiders tweet of the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of the trade agreement for Maxx Crosby. We have no further comment at this time. It was the most just loose, just not even vague, just straight to the point statement like, yep, the Ravens backed out. No further comments. Like, what? What the hell just happened? What are you talking about? Just so nonchalant. Crazy. Looney says, would you rather have a motivated Dio or Crosby? Come on. Dude, you were going to see, I know that the Dio thing's a meme, but in all seriousness, Maxx Crosby is about to be the most motivated man in the NFL. He's going to play so angry this season, regardless of who he plays for. He is going to be angry. Devin Williams, do you think we are done in free agency for signing an edge? Not necessarily. There's still guys out there. Bradley Chubb, Joey Bosa, Clowney, Cam Jordan, Kayvon Chason. Maybe you trade for Crosby now. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We went live for almost 8 hours on day one of free agency. We went live for 6 hours today. We're live for over an hour again right now. Lock us in. We'll be live tomorrow to start of the new league year. Probably go live 12, 1 o'clock, unless something major happens in the morning. So we'll be here. We will be here. All right, couple super chats coming in. Let's see. Gotta wait for them to load. 1 second. What was the vibe in the war room at Chat Sports when the news broke? Well, I think I mentioned this earlier. Our Raiders host, Mitchell Renz, his wife surprised him with tickets to the hockey game. We called him, and he thought we were fucking with him. And I don't blame him. He was probably, oh, the guys are screwing with me because I'm on a date, yada, yada. Like, he couldn't believe it. And she had surprised him with the tickets, so, like, he didn't want to bail on that. So our Raiders producer and a couple other guys went live on the Raiders channel. Then after the game, he sprinted to the studio, and I think they're still live. Let's see. Let's see if they're still live. Yep, they're still live. So, pretty crazy. Pretty freaking crazy. So, it's a wild situation, man. I'll be Curious to see if I get any, if he has any scoops on the sitch. All right, we got Z Berry Productions. The Ravens have found a different injury or an off-field concern versus it being about the meniscus surgery. I don't know. Are you saying that's what you're wondering? Or, like, are you asking me that? Or is that just a theory? Because I have no idea. I have no idea. It's interesting. Tis interesting. Harrison Silverback. I still don't know if he's worth more than a first. Fair enough. I'd give him 25 though. As long as the medical's not catastrophic, I'd be tempted at just offering 25. Just offering 25. All right, who we got next? Let's see. Julian, thoughts on getting Taylor Decker? I think that ship has sailed after getting Braxton Jones. I don't know where he's going to sign, but it's not going to be Chicago. Fly Life Entertainment, we need Mad Max. Needs a strong word, but I'd certainly like to have him. Needs a strong word, but I would like to have him. Andrew, I have no idea. I don't get it. It's a weird internet thing. I have no clue. You have as good of an idea as I do. Austin, that is true. It is past my bedtime. Although, I do stay up late sometimes. I do not sleep in the polo. Meant to leave this up at work. I accidentally wore it home today. All right, so I'm going to plug the merch deal one more time before we get out of here. 50% off the Beers shirt and hat combo. 50% off. It's basically buy one, get one free. When you add both to your shopping cart, you get 50% off. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Take advantage. You get both these bad boys after tax and shipping, less than $40. Once you add them both to your shopping cart, the discount kicks in. You get the hat, you get the shirt. You can also check out our other merch at that link, but that is the deal we are offering until 1 a.m. Central Time tonight. Then it cuts off. So you got 6 minutes to take advantage. Shout out to Jay, shout out to Willie, shout out to Owen, shout out to Ramber, a few others who got in on it. Tate as well. Take advantage. Best discount we've ever done. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. Click and shop today. Someone in the chat saying Harrison can't. Oh, hang on a sec. Jesus, excuse me. They said Mad Max medical records on Twitter. Thank you, Jeff. Colin is probably sound asleep like a little angel right now. That is probably true. He's the hardest working producer in the game, though. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. That guy logs a lot of hours, man. Chatsports.com/Bears shop. 50 freaking % off. Get those purchases going. 50% off is Black Friday deals. It is, man. We're firing off these deals, baby. Get in there. I'll put the link in the chat one more time. And then I'm about to sign off. Your boy is cooked. Your boy is cooked, but I had to hop on the mic. Oh, hang on. Looks like, okay, we're back. Froze up for a sec. All right. Well, think I'm done. I think I'm done for the night. Thanks for hanging out. You got 4 minutes to take advantage of that merch deal, 50% off. Link is in the chat. Tomorrow's another day. Today's another day. It's already tomorrow. And I need to catch some Z's, so that's what I'm going to go do. Thanks for being here. Please subscribe on the way out. Check out the socials at HGramNFL, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Facebook as well. Search Harrison Graham Chat Sports. Your boy is out. I'm exhausted. Take care and bear down.